Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Dr. Sumeet Patil, and today I am going to start a new topic. And before starting this new topic, I have made a series of videos wherein those series, or we can say those videos, were based upon a certain topic, that is types of literary genre in English literature. And those there were four major types of literary genres wherein I made videos upon drama in English literature, fiction in English literature, non-fiction in English literature, and finally poetry in English literature. So let's start. Now today I am going to start a very unique topic, or we can say this is the grassroots, or this is the base of English literature, which is none other than Anglo-Saxon period. Now I would be discussing in this video about the background of Anglo-Saxon period, which are the people who are involved in this Anglo-Saxon, then what kind of history, social political history was there in Anglo-Saxon period. So the most important period is we can say this Anglo-Saxon period. This starts from we can say 55 BC till 410 AD, and till from 410 AD till 1066, that is 1066. So coming back to the basic point, that is what is Anglo-Saxon. Now before Anglo-Saxons, who are the people who are native to Britain? Now the original inhabitants of Britain is Celts. Celts, and they are also called as Britons. Now these are the original inhabitants of England, and what has happened is and the next important point is Romans were ruling Britain. Now when these Romans came in 43 AD or prior to that, and they ruled till 410 AD. Now the next point after this is, who are the people who were, we can say, I told you that the Celts or Britons are the native to Britain, but there was another tribe which belonged to Scotland. Those are Picts. And now these tribes, they were we can say they were giving trouble, or they were attacking Britain, or the people who were living in England. Now what is the next important thing is Romans did. Now when Romans settled down here, they started to preach Christianity, and they also started their Latin language as the official language. And the next important thing is, when Romans left in 410 AD, the reason behind leaving Romans Britain, or we can say England, is their own country was being attacked by someone else, and they left England. Now what has happened is, these Britons, they were left alone, and Picts, these Scottish tribes, they were attacking Britain, and they were endlessly attacking, and they were taking all the important things from Britain, and they were taking all those things to Scotland. And the next thing is, these Picts, when they were attacking, and after this, when Romans left, they told Britons that we are leaving, but you can defend, or you have to defend your country with your own manpower. Now because Britons didn't had manpower, what these people did, they took help from the neighboring countries. Now which are those neighboring countries? Those neighboring countries are from German and Scandinavian countries, who are also known as Anglos, Saxons and Jutes. Now Anglos means these are the people who came from, we can say, northern part of Germany, Saxons to the middle part of Germany, and Jutes, these are the people who came from Scandinavian countries. Now Scandinavian countries means Denmark, Norway and Sweden. Now Britons, when they were under, we can say, under very stress or trouble, because Picts were giving them trouble, so they asked these tribes, that is Anglos, Saxons and Jutes, to help them. So these people, Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, they traveled from Europe via sea, and they came to England. And now what they did, they settled down here, and the rest is 600 years Anglos and Saxons, they are ruling, and they are we can say they are living in England. Now they lived till 1066. Now why they lived till 1066, I will tell you later. But now in this period, what has happened is, Picts, they were thrown away, or we can say they left Britain, and now the people they were living is Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, as well as the original inhabitants, that is Britons, who were also called as Celts. Now in this part, or in this period, that is 450 to 1066, what has happened is, very few kind of we can say literature is written. And why it is written, why very few literature is written? The reason behind this is, there were so many wars which were going on in Britain, and people were trying to conquer Britain, and hence what has happened is, they didn't got much time to focus upon literature or any other thing. Then too, there are a few poems which are very famous, such as Beowulf, whose author we don't know, then Cadmon's Hymn, then Seafarer, The Dream of the Rood. And the next thing is, now what has happened during this part is, we can say Britain was divided into 7 parts, that is Northumbria, Wessex, Sussex, Essex, Mercia, and also Kent and Dover also. Kent is Dover is located to the southern part of United Kingdom, or earlier it is known as Britain. So these are the kind of things which has happened in Anglo-Saxon period. So I hope you all have got a slight idea about Anglo-Saxon, and now after this I am going to tell you which are the important literature, or we can say what are the works that were written in Anglo-Saxon period. So stay tuned. So as I was telling you all that Anglo-Saxon literary background, till now I have told you the background of Anglo-Saxons, social and political background. Now the most important thing in this Anglo-Saxon literary background is, in the 8th century there was an anonymous book, or we can say there was a book which was written, that is Beowulf. You all might have came across what is Beowulf. Now I will tell in detail about Beowulf, but there are 4 major manuscripts which were written, and which are the most important piece in the history of English literature during Anglo-Saxon period. The first is Exeter book, second is Junius manuscript, third is Vercelli manuscript, and the fourth is Novel Caudle, or we can say it is also a book wherein Beowulf was we can say published, or it is written. Now coming to the next point, that is in the 8th century, after the Vikings left, the most important book is Bede's Ecclesiastical History of the English People. And in this book, the England, why it is called as England, that is mentioned. Now why it is called England? Because Anglos and Saxons and Jutes, but most probably or most prominently Anglos are the people who came from Germany, or they are Germanic tribes. Now when they came and settled down in Britain, or Britain, United Kingdom, these people settled down here, and they never left, or they never went back to their homeland, and hence Angles and land, that is why it is called as England. So this is the information which is given in which book, that is Ecclesiastical History of English People, written by Bede. Now this the next thing is, in Old English literature there is. So I was telling about the next important book, which is Widsith. Now what is Widsith? This is the earliest Anglo-Saxon poem, and it is an autobiography of a Scop, and it also tells us about the Germanic world. Now what is Germanic world? Germanic world means Angles and also Saxons, and the next tribe, that is Jutes, this is the tribe wherein they came from the Scandinavian countries. Now Scandinavian countries I mentioned before in the earlier part of this video, that is they came from Norway, Denmark and Sweden. This is called as Scandinavian countries. These people they left, or we can say they were not as much important as Anglos and Saxons are important to we can say Britain. After this, there is another important point wherein Beowulf was written, or we can say Beowulf is also called as the national epic, or we can say the most important book in the history of English literature. Of which English literature? That is Old English literature. Now coming, I would be now telling you all details about those four books, that is Exeter, Junius manuscript, Vercelli, and the fourth is Novel Codex, wherein Beowulf was written. Now in the Exeter book, what is there? Now in the Exeter book there are 94 riddles which are published, and the next is Junius manuscript. In this Junius manuscript there are Cadmon's hymn and Cadmon's poems, as well as Christian belief and Bible. Everything which is related to Christian and Bible is published in which book? That is this Junius manuscript. And after this Vercelli, in this Vercelli book there is most important famous poem that is that was published is The Dream of the Rood, and the next and the final book is Beowulf. So Beowulf is very important and famous because there is a we can say there is a king, or we can say a protagonist who kills the monster Grendel, and thereafter, after killing the monster Grendel, his mother, Grendel's mother, is, we can say, giving trouble to the king or those people who are native to that land, and then this protagonist, he kills the Grendel's mother, and they won the battle. So this is all thing which is related in the Beowulf. Now Cadmon is also called as the first poet of Old English literature, and he was also an Anglican poet. Now after this, that is we can say the most important person is King Alfred the Great. Now this person, that is the King Alfred the Great, what he did, he changed the whole scenario of Old English literature. He told people to teach Old English literature to students, as well as he translated many books from Latin to Old English, so that people will learn what are the different things that is happening, or what is the literature that was written in the Old English period. As well as he also translated Anglo-Saxons, we can say, history and chronicles. And what are the major characteristics of Old English literature or Anglo-Saxons? There are two important characteristics, that is heroic poems and religious. Now in heroic poem I have told you about Beowulf, and in religious poems I have told you about the Bible, Christian, Jesus Christ, Adam, Satan, Eve, and so on. And finally, when we come to the final part, or when Anglo-Saxon period is coming to a conclusion, that is 1066. What has happened in 1066? That Anglo-Saxon period came to an end. In 1066, there was a battle of Hastings, which was between the people who came from Normans, or we can say they came from French, and they were we can say they were about to capture England, and they prominently succeeded, and there was battle between this thing, that is Battle of Hastings. Now this is the whole scenario. And now when these people, Anglo-Normans, when they came in ships from France to England or Anglo-land or Britain, they came with 7,000 soldiers or 7,000 troops with ships. So but naturally these people were Britons didn't have that much kind of we can say soldiers or army, and hence William the First, he came to the throne, or we can say he came to the he ruled England thereafter when Normans left. Or we can say in the next video I would be basically focusing upon Anglo-Norman period. So I hope you all have got a slight idea about Anglo-Saxon, its history, who are the people who came to England, that is Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, and what are the different literary background of Anglo-Saxon period, which is the base or the root of English literature, Old English literature. So with this I will conclude this video, and I hope you all have understood or you all have got a slight idea about Old English literature. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to push the notification button so that you will get my notification about upcoming videos. Thank you so much.